Phones don't work good.
Oh shit.
Good.
Oh,
Hey.
Jay.
Good afternoon.
Hi. It's
Hi.
been a long time, guys.
Yeah, a long
Great
time.
to meet you guys.
Wow.
It's so good to meet you.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for inviting us onto your podcast. We're
It's
so
really
excited
good to have
you.
It's always good to meet old friends of Shannon's.
Oh yes, always.
To
Oh,
the
yeah, great.
intro. To the intro.
Do we have some like
To the intro.
non-loyalty?
We have music, but that's after editing.
It comes in after editing. It's
So
like
editing Shannon. No, it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
No, you know what, Malcolm, you're the new intro. Can we get it quiet in the studio, please? Pressure's on, Malcolm. Do you remember the intro?
No.
Oh.
No, I thought I made that very clear.
Cringe.
You know it.
Are you guys okay?
What's the intro?
We're trying to. Nobody's coming with the intro, so I don't know.
Oh wait, I know. Do, 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 do,
This is Waiting for Seconds, the interview podcast where we meet people and ask them who they are and why they are. I'm Malcolm Outgelt, and I'm here with Shannon Miller.
Hello.
And we're also here with... Yeah, I know.
It's me.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's him.
We're also here with Phoebe and Zac.
Ayo.
Hey.
Ayo.
What up?
Nothing much. How about yourself?
How are you?
Nothing much. Parked in a parking lot.
Yeah, we're doing
Oh, yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and introduce yourselves, please.
Ladies
Okay.
first.
Go ahead. Okay. Hi, I'm Phoebe Cape Pankako. I'm from Hawaii, from Maui. Grew up here, born and raised. I'm 22, and yeah, I like playing games.
Video games fun.
Video games are great.
Video games are good.
Yeah.
I'm Zachary Ashley, also from Maui. It all sucks. Maui sucks. Please don't come here. Waikiki's actually pumping. It's on top.
That's bad.
I feel like a creative. I'm definitely on the art side, like music. I feel like me and her kind of bounce off of each other doing that, and then game on the side, relax a bit.
Oh yeah.
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 Not to be too formal. I felt like that was kind of a class intro, but yeah.
No, that's all good.
Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach.
Zach.
I like the ocean and other things. Hi.
Hi, Zac.
Hi, Zach.
Hi.
Well, tell us about your cats now.
Uh-huh.
That's a gun on the podcast.
Is that what a gun sounds like, Shannon?
I mean, like it's kind of funny when it comes to the cats. It's I've had one for a while. She lives with me in my family spot, and then we just got another one since she's been living there. And then we had cats of our own before we got together, and they're kind of roaming the wild as we.
Yeah, they got their own journeys.
Yeah, they're kind of where we were before, in the houses we were before, but still kicking, still around, still checked on from time to time. Yeah, cats are spread, so I guess 6 total, but 2 on the day-to-day.
There's one big cat. Her name is Lily.
Yeah. We got to say names. Like the ones in our house right now, the ones that are in our everyday lives are Lily and Milo.
Yeah, Lily is this giant calico cat.
Jungle cat, absolute
she's
like
huge, just all muscle.
It's muscle and sass. There's nothing in between.
Sass, rage, anger,
Rage.
Yeah, she's like 12 years old now and just struts around the house, complete territory, like
whacks anything in her face.
And then our neighborhood is just so raw in nature that she's like jumping from trees. She's very aware of the cars that come by because they're few, but they speed. And I don't know. She's a very present cat.
Yeah.
And then Milo just follows her around. Like
Milo's
crazy.
like the new kitten that we got like last year. Like,
yeah, he's like a year and a half old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, little.
So he was like a tiny little baby.
He's like
kitten.
a gray black stripe.
A cat.
Yeah, he is chubby as
cat.
fuck now too.
Yeah.
He grew like crazy.
He's a huge cat.
They're both fat.
They're both really big.
Lily's muscle, Milo's fat.
Lily's just a.
It's ironic.
A big muscle mommy.
Yeah, she's got like some flab swang in the stomach, but like you can see the ribboning in the shoulders, so it's hard to judge.
She's
like,
beautiful.
Tell us about your cats, both y'all. We heard a little bit about one.
I don't have any cats. I'm allergic.
Dang.
Shannon, though.
Same. I just got a cat today, as of this recording.
It is now. The cat is now.
Ayo.
He is name of Goose. He go hyonk hyonk. He doesn't go hyonk. He's a cat.
You could train him to.
Yeah.
You could.
I mean, nothing's stopping him. You know.
Yeah.
Just.
He's sitting next to me while we're recording. He's eepy, very sleepy.
Very small.
He's very small. He's only 2 months old, and I would kill anybody for him.
For a baby.
Like if he asked.
Have you asked? I've never owned any other animal besides my lovely tortoise Shelly.
Oh
like,
my God.
I've had family dogs. My sister-in-law has cats.
Welcome to the mama life.
I will love him till the end of his days.
Yes.
Do you have like a space for him to run around? Is he indoor, outdoor,
Yeah,
indoor?
it's like a house.
Your plan?
It'll be mostly indoor, and I've got a pretty large 2-bedroom apartment that he can run around in.
There you shelves on the walls and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in my office, I'm probably gonna build him a kitty wall. That way, he can run in here and hang up there.
Get him good vertical.
He also has full access to the top of my cupboards when he gets old enough. So I'll probably put like bedding up there so he can just chill and look outside.
That's gonna be his favorite place. Yeah, he'll never leave.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've never had a personal fluffy animal before. Like I've had chickens and
no, they're not.
They're dead brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like so many here, dude. Like,
oh yeah, the wild chicken rampant.
Do you guys ever get their eggs?
No.
Well, they come around, like they'll lay under our house, but it's just
they're not good.
Yeah, it's
they're
like
just not edible eggs.
It's like
shit eggs.
It's like harvesting the fur. Well, this is a bad example. Like harvesting the fur from a feral cat. I don't know why that popped in my mind, but
that's vulgar.
It's just
it's
like
strong.
It comes from no experience. I've seen a lot of feral cats. I don't know.
This dude harvests feral cat fur.
I feel like just when it comes to wild chickens, they eat that. Don't focus on the cat part.
They just
I'm focusing on the feral cat part.
They just eat whatever they want, right?
They're and there are people here who eat them, but it's out of disparity. Like it's not a preferred.
They're not tasty.
Sure.
No, they're pretty muscular and skinny, so you're not getting a lot of meat, and they're eating plastic and road dust.
Chickens just
eat the chickens.
We get way more chickens.
No. We need to cross pollinate and weed out the gene pool from these prehistoric beasts that roam our streets.
Gotcha.
We need some Rhode Island Reds in here.
Well, I guess now that we've broken the ice, tell us, how did you guys meet?
Broken the shell.
Oh.
You broken that chicken shell.
Yeah.
The feral cat shell? You wouldn't know
Yeah, the feral cat fur. Now that we've torn off the feral cat fur, I'm sorry.
We've cracked the cat egg.
So to speak.
So to speak.
We met on a water slide in summer school,
Like
in fifth to sixth grade.
Yeah.
5th to 6th grade summer school.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was warning people about piss on the water slide. It was like one of those.
Some kid like pissed down the water slide. And
Yeah,
I was like, bro, you don't want to go down
you
there.
could smell
like,
it from
I
the top.
swear,
Like
you
it
don't
was.
want to slide.
It was brutal. And it's one of those.
Pisses.
One of those,
piss?
like straight asparagus, no water.
Someone just had to go.
Yeah, I guess that water, like the cold water made their post water become post water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
post
delivery.
You know, right? Like, I honestly.
It was too much.
I don't want to think about it.
And we were just I don't know, kind little kids. Didn't really it was a 2-sided slide, and she was sitting there on one side warning people, and I walk up the ladder to the great decision, left or right, which slide to go on, and I just see her sitting alone, and I was like, I don't find that okay. I don't know. I was very like, if I see someone sitting alone, I'm gonna go talk to them and at least like give it a shot, even though I was pretty shy, and like those times I felt like it was me trying to get out of the shell. And I don't know, it just felt easy. I saw her and she smiled at me. I smiled at her. I sat next to her and asked her why she was sitting alone. And then she said that there's piss on the slide. Don't
I'm the piss monitor.
Go down the slide. I'm like, oh, righteous. You want you want some help warning people? And she's like, sure.
Yeah. And we talked for like an hour or two on the top of the slide.
Yeah, she probably went down the slide once. I probably went down the slide once. Yeah, on the other side.
Before,
not on the piss side.
Yeah. On the right side, not the piss side. Yeah. And then it was just us sitting there talking. I don't know. I always thought that was a fond memory because like we were literal kids at a park full of bouncy castles, and we chose to spend the whole time sitting on the slide warning people not to slide.
Yeah, and just talking to each other.
That's good of you. Yeah.
Sweet little moment.
Oh.
Definitely a one.
I guess too, like we also dated like in middle school and like 7th, 8th grade around 8th there. Grade. Yeah. And then in high school again. So yeah, we were always kind of like close to each other.
Yeah, we had our moments that like
we also had mutual friends, so we really
it was hard to stay far from each other.
Yeah.
We met close and kind of never strayed.
Yeah, same friend groups.
So how did that work? I mean, don't get me wrong, middle school relationships are
they're bullshit.
They're bullshit. like how is that different from now?
I mean, I think just having that acknowledgement for one is huge. Knowing that it's bullshit.
You have freedom when you're an adult.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so different.
Yeah.
The restrictions we had from our parents were so heavy that like I think we knew even then that it was bullshit.
Yeah. And then when you're a kid too, like you don't really understand, you're really emotional at the time, you take things really personally and to heart. I feel like when you grow older and you get into a real adult life relationship, you kind of get to understand like, humans are a lot more complex. Like,
it's easier to reflect on those times and see the errors than living in the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
also, we were just snot-nosed little brats back then. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a huge difference.
We had these podiums of control, and then these like spitfire moments of rebellion, and we definitely had self-acknowledgement back then. But then for it to grow from that and then see each other now is just it's different. It's definitely different, and it's fun to be able to like reminisce and be like, oh, we were so fucking stupid. Like, I can't believe like we thought this way, you know. Just those kind of conversations are so fun nowadays.
Yeah, like there was one time when he was actually trying to be mean to me, and I had no idea, so I just kept like making jokes with him and hanging out with him, and the whole time he was like trying to be mean. I had no idea. Yeah.
I felt like the nice guy trope had like run me into the ground for so long that I was like, it was only working when I was shitting on her and we were making jokes like that, and it was, you know, just another moment of childish perspectives.
Do you even find it more different from like when you said your high school time that you were together? That's not the right way to say it.
Oh yeah, very, very different.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the same controlling factors that like were in our lives didn't really change from 8th grade to when we dated in sophomore into junior year.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much of like a time difference, but the maturity difference was huge. So it felt fresh again, but the same problems kind of came to be, where like time with each other was so limited, and like it was hard to have our own free like opinions in time when it was so intruded, I guess, like whether it was friends or family.
We also grew up with like such different backgrounds, like, or similar backgrounds, different siblings dynamics.
Yeah,
family dynamics.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like the way we talk about like what limited us back then. It's almost like opposite. The way, like, we were both raised by single mothers, in like majority of our life, with just visitation of like our dads. So to like be able to compare how our mothers like took those reins and decided how to parent us, we were able to like see the similarities and like understand how those things went about when we were younger, and
how that translates into
and even
now.
and even when we were in those moments when we were younger, we had an understanding of each other because of the similarities of our situation.
Yeah.
I don't mean to talk too much.
No, good. I think we both just understood each other like off the get-go.
Yeah, it was like it was unspoken. It was definitely like
the Spider-Man meme where you're pointing at each other. Like, you. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of like foresight, I feel like, between the two of us.
Yeah, for sure. I think.
Yeah.
So who, back in the day, who initiated the relationship? Or maybe the more important question is, who fell in love first?
I think me, right? Or...
I don't know. I feel like I remember you in middle school calling me clingy, and then us in, us in high school where like you were like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I have to do this drama thing, but you should come with. And like it is hard to say, but I remember confessing to you in middle school.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, because I remember having a huge crush.
But I think, like, I only, you know, knowing my middle school self, I only would have felt the confidence to confess if I had seen some signs, you know.
I mean,
like,
we were like
doubted and
together
seen
all
and
the
doubted
time.
and seen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we had the same friend group, so like, and then we were in extracurriculars together. Like, we were both in band, and I was in the bass section in the back of the band, and she was in the drummer section, which was kind of just behind me. So we'd have these moments where we'd just like catch each other's eye, or you know, be joking around in the in-between moments. Like, I don't know, I always felt like she was looking at me.
What? No.
Don't bullshit. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Anyways, next question.
I felt my hair in the back of my neck.
Felt your hair stand up.
Yeah, I was just...
me. Oh, it's definitely Phoebe.
That's not me. That's a
her
ghost.
Deep black eyes piercing my Adam's apple from
you ever
behind.
heard of Obake, bro? Obake live here, bro. That's not me.
I'll show you Obake.
That's not me?
I'll show you Obake for how cool.
Wait, Could I just, could you edit this out? Could I run to the restroom really quick?
Yeah.
Bathroom break.
Yeah, we can
I'm
have
sorry.
bathroom break.
Piss break. Go piss, girl.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Gone.
Now let's
Gone.
shit talk her.
Running.
So she was always watching you 24/7?
Yeah.
24/7. I could not catch a break. Now's the time to talk shit.
You had your
God.
spider sense tingling.
No, it's funny though. It would be like these little, like, just small moments, you know, where like classic middle school awkwardness. I'm there playing my baritone saxophone. I've got like 4 notes for the next 2 minutes, and I'd like look back and 30 seconds of me sitting there doing jack shit, fucking with the person next to me, and I just see her like catch a glance and then go back to her snare drum. And you know, I could talk so much because she's not going to deny it. It's all truth.
She's also pissing right now, so
She's pissing.
Yeah, all truth.
All truth.
No, I feel like we just kind of did that to each other, and like it's part of what I wasn't like very confident in elementary and middle school. I feel like most people feel that way, where it's a build up, and those are the awkward years, and that's what everybody says. But I definitely knew I was shy in elementary school and tried to push past that, and then to share smiles was like, I'm not gonna just live here and I just move schools over there, and like I'm not gonna just sit on the side and wait, I guess. Yeah, I don't want to spill too much because like I know there's feelings we share within that too, but it's like the magnetism.
It just like almost life was just pulling you guys together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the paths, like our paths undeniably strayed. Like we had like moments where we didn't talk, months or close to a year at one point. But in like we've talked about those moments together, and like we share a lot of the same feelings, but we'll finish each other's sentences when talking about those moments. And like when we talk again, it was very much back to the same, like meeting up with an old friend, like just the conversations flow, like just go back into the flow, very easy, able to make each other laugh and smile even when those moments like are few in our lives. We never put that pressure on each other. Like it was definitely like a lot of I wouldn't say like pushing for happiness, you know, it just was natural. But yeah,
very like
I feel gushy talking about it. She's coming back, so now I gotta be all manly. Like, we were just lifting weights, like 40 pounds, big bench presses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
dude, you got so many reps in that one time.
I don't know how you managed to do 2,000 push-ups in that time, but
dude, that's crazy.
You did it.
I'm jealous. You're like jacked and shit.
It's just like stop. I
can't. Guys, stop talking about my push-ups.
Guys.
I come back and you're flirting.
I thought I told you to keep it on the low. She doesn't have to know what the prep went through, you know.
What is this?
Boys being boys, Phoebe.
That's what they all say.
Piss break over.
Oh yeah, boys' night.
Yeah,
boys' night.
Boys' night.
We're gonna watch gym tutorials.
Oh, yeah. Brother.
Yeah, brother.
Let's go, brother.
No, I lost him.
Reps on reps, brother.
He
lost him to the reps.
I
lost. Is it okay if I edit that little tidbit in?
Yeah, I mean that was fun. That was good.
I want to know what happened when I was gone.
Oh yeah, we can fill you in and then edit the fill in out.
We'll just say the exact same things.
When it's posted.
It was just he had a very sweet little like.
It was very cute. It wasn't gushy though. It was
No, it
very
wasn't question at all.
manly.
Let's just
An
talk about
alpha male.
yeah, how
male.
my biceps grew so much for you when I saw
Oh,
you.
that's
Like,
cute.
like you make my steps hard.
That's
Like,
awesome. Yeah, I like that.
Um,
Whoa.
wow.
No.
Whoa.
I'll fill you in a little bit. Like, I started talking about our paths a little bit, and like, yeah. We can come back from there. Like, just how it went. I'd say, I don't know. Let's go from like, I feel like middle school is kind of bullshit, right? Like we had our our fun, we hold hands, like and but like a lot of the
we were like really good friends. Though,
yes,
back then, for sure.
the
Like,
base was huge.
Yeah.
The base was huge. Then we were so emotionally communicative, much more than physically touchy. Like then
absolutely.
I felt like we definitely strayed from a lot of middle school relationships around us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know about where you guys are from, but middle school relationships in Hawaii was very much like kids trying to be adults.
And then people getting pregnant.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was a lot of youth
Yeah.
pregnancy, a lot of drug use, a lot of like the pictures and
real?
the absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty. I hate to say normal, but it is kind of
no, yeah,
normalized,
I don't want to say names. That's not fair.
No,
but like we've had classmates that were together since middle school, and they started drinking as a couple, and then they started inviting people over, and it starts with like couple to couple, or like they're trying to have more fun together, and like there were parties around when we were in 7th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and that garners a specific environment.
Grade,
So I feel like we did break the norm to our surroundings. Like there was a lot of people in our peers of our age that weren't focused on the relationship, or more so the result of
and
like
we were kind
what
of
they
more
could gain
focused
from.
on like our future.
We just really loved each other.
Success
like before
and,
we even could
together.
define what love meant. I felt like our conversations were so fluid, and like our moments were so genuine.
Yeah.
Like, the other kids feel like they're trying to make it an adult relationship. You just naturally
it felt a lot of the time like they were trying to be in a relationship, trying to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and we just didn't. We were just trying to figure out what that meant.
Yeah, I like being next to you.
yeah, that was like, I feel like we never let that go. It was like there was always that baseline, like, I don't want this person out of my life.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, you have to love someone, right? In order to love someone, like, you have to think about it like that, I think.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you can count it as love if you're looking for a result.
Yeah. Or just like looking for.
Yeah, like if you're expecting something or a result or like, it's. I feel like it's okay to have like. Yeah, I feel like it's okay to have expectations in love, but like to expect it to go this way or for you to gain this is like just not reasonable or fair. Like it doesn't acknowledge the other human. And I feel like we saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people in those age brackets are in it because they've heard it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And
it's also, sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, you.
I was just gonna say, and that all they hear about is the results, and I had sex, and we drank, and like that shit, and that's just not fulfilling.
Yeah. I feel like there's only so much you can say you have butterflies without actually feeling them. I feel like there's a lot of that going around, and between us, we didn't know how to describe how we felt for each other.
Yeah.
Like I feel like especially in middle school, we were very much the counterpart of what a typical, what our stereotypical relationship was for our age bracket in our area. Like, there's much less expectation and much more feeling, and that was like something we didn't even acknowledge back then. Like when we broke up back then, it was it was because of the limitations we felt. It was because of like the pressure. Like I had shortly dated one of her friends before then, and it wasn't like she'd had a huge crush on me, and then she confessed to me. Oh well, fuck.
HIPAA.
We can bleep it.
Yeah,
HIPAA.
bleep names. But like just it was never in search of fulfillment or anything like that. It was very much for show, and it was one of those typical ones that went around us all the time. And I was confused, being from a different school. Like, she had confessed to me, and then I was, teenage boy, just yes, easy, and then
oh my gosh, someone likes me.
Exactly.
So
I had already gone through rejection. Like it was like, whoa, that's different. And then I get in month in, I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not a person to her, and I'm out. And
this is bad.
It only took that one time to realize that it was like just the surface level of those types of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got together, it was like very much the opposite. But the chaos that like ensued with us being together was kind of a lot. And like we never felt like it was our fault, or like, I don't want to speak for you, but like, I don't know. I feel
the same.
I never felt like it was
just circumstances and time.
And it's fucking middle school.
We were children with really strict parents. There was not much we could have done.
But like the friendship was so deep. Like the way we talked was such a flow, such a bounce. Like it felt like a rhythm. And that never left. When we were friends, we were intentionally and to the best to our degree platonically friends. And then I feel like your semester in Washington really changed that for me.
Yeah, being gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you don't know what you have or what you want until it's gone. Like classic. Classic wisdom.
No, that's true. I mean, like, after you, I dated a bunch of shitty people. And then I was like, oh man, like, you don't realize what you lose until it's not around anymore. And then you realize how good you actually had it.
Yeah.
Like,
appreciation.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I was spoiled back then.
Yeah.
And then learned very hard.
Yeah, and I had a surface view of relationships back then, at least in middle school. You know? In high school, I was just tired of seeing the same shit over and over again, the same middle school relationships. Like, seeing other people date was tiring, like enough to be like, I don't want to date.
Yeah, I guess because it was all like pretty shallow, a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to watch, much less even want to try and pursue.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I want to hear a little bit more about your semester in Washington.
Oh, my semester in Washington. I was only there for 9 months. And it was because, like, one day my mom, she was just like, I think we should get out of here. Do you want to move? And I was like, yeah, okay. And we packed up our stuff, and she bought a plane ticket.
You should talk a little bit about the going away party, too.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, she wanted to pack up and leave, and I was like, all right, I guess it's time to start writing my friends all these notes and goodbye letters, and I'm gonna see if they all want to hang out with me before I leave. So
God, that note was so huge too. She wrote personal notes for every one of her friends, like, and it wasn't like she was unpopular. Like she knew a lot of people, felt close with a good amount of those people.
Was so important.
It was like 40 notes or 60 notes, like that were all
crazy.
Not like 2 sentences, like at least 5, like a small paragraph, dedicated, personal, and signed. And like,
I can't believe you remember.
I held on to that shit. Like, I kept
so
mine
cute.
for as long as I could until my mess of a house swallowed it.
Swallowed it.
It was a painful day too. I was like, "Where the fuck did it go? Where the fuck did it go?" Classic male
find
anger.
It eventually.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's been a lot of spring cleaning since then.
That's the problem with the trenches and
the trenches.
Yeah,
the trenches to put you.
Every time.
So beautiful. Put you. I love put you. Or
but
Hiya, as they say.
Hiya. We threw a party. We had like a roller skating party before I left, and so a bunch of our friends came, and we all went skating together. And
wasn't that when I caught you? It was when I caught you.
Was it the same night?
It was the first time I'd ever been on roller skates. That was
what do you mean caught?
When he caught you?
Have you ever been on roller
skates?
You ever been on roller skates?
Saved me.
Uh-huh.
He caught. Okay, I thought he was like caught you in like the bathroom doing drugs or something.
Oh, shit. Wait, they're
what do you
closing up
mean?
No, yeah, it's like we're moseying. They're closing up the gates on the parking lot we're in. But like, whatchamacallit? We were playing tag for a while, and
not the freeze tag.
yeah, freeze tag on roller skates. My first time. I'm zooming around trying, and I'd fallen a couple times, but I skated as a kid. Just ate it. Was like, all right, and just kept going because I wanted to make it to the end of the night and see her off. And I was still a middle schooler with low key, or freshman at that time with low key feelings. Didn't want to acknowledge. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Wow.
But yeah, she came barreling around the corner, fucking years of experience rollerblading or roller skating. Sorry, I was rollerblading. She was roller skating, and she grew up competing with the hockey kids. Like had skills on skills. Like was coming around this turn, like going like nice speed, and I'm coming from like across the map, like headed straight for the wall, and she dodges a kid that's just to my right as I'm facing the wall, and she starts like speed wobbling, about to spin out, and I reach out my arm, she reaches out her arm, and she's like doing the like arm waving, about to fall forward, legs kicking behind her. Yeah, like absolutely cartoonish.
Yeah,
absolutely cartoonish.
Tom and Jerry type.
Yeah, like a running, swinging for anything to catch, and I grab her hand, she grabs mine, and because of the angles we were at, it just sent us into this like spin. We were just spinning off of each other like fast, really, really fast. Like we were just looking at each other's faces, complete blur. We about like 2 seconds passed by, and we grab each other's hands, like two hands at that point, angle our skates out, and then we're just spinning until it goes out. It was like it's like 15 seconds. She was barreling at me, I catch her, we go in a complete spin, and then it's none of us fall. Yeah, neither one of us fall, and it's, I don't know, I remember that moment just feeling like complete silence, like just seeing, it's like a Disney moment. Yeah, seeing her smile, knowing that I'm showing like the fattest grin, and like amazed that I caught her. I'm like, first time on skates. She thought she was headed tooth first for the floor.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I thought it was eating that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was ready for it.
I reached my hand out in a Hail Mary. Like, I don't know if I'm catching, but I'm gonna try. That's crazy. It was definitely a moment. And then I broke my wrist later that day.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Later that day?
Like that, like we met up at 4 to start skating, and I broke my wrist by like 6:30.
It was crazy.
Like, she had a wild night.
Yeah, and I had no idea until I came back home from Washington that he broke his wrist that night. I had like no idea for like almost a year.
Oh my god!
Yeah, her family tended to me, and then my dad picked me up. Yeah, like I had no idea at all.
You're just chilling with your friends, ready to go to Washington. I came
back and I didn't know that it was broken.
This dude saved my life, but I don't really like. Where'd he go? I guess it's all right.
No, I guess it's alright.
Lies. This is defamation.
Sue me. No, yeah. So I had to go. I didn't want to make it a big deal. My arm was purple as fuck. I like.
Pause until good connection. Kibby.
Kibby K.
Kibby cat. Do you like the tummy rubs? Are you not one of those cats yet? I'll show you the tummy rubs.
I'll show you the tummy rubs.
I'll do it on myself. That's really sweet, though.
It is.
God damn.
Like, that's straight up rom-com plot right there.
It is. It really is. I don't know if editing Shannon will put this in, but maybe this is just discussion between Malcolm and I, but like
I've always like points back.
What?
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 Connection bad.
What?
Connection bad.
Unexpected moments have always kind of brought us back. Those rom-com moments.
Yeah. I think what's even crazier is that later, like after high school, we lived 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah. Rip connection.
And what, like, didn't know?
Oh?
No, like we knew. It's just.
Did you guys know you were living so close?
No, we were just in relationships at the time. So we were we were being loyal to relationships and stuff. It was just crazy that that we lived like 2 minutes away. I don't know. I don't know.
That is crazy.
We dealt with some really crazy people.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't want to like diverge too much from the Washington. You were supposed to talk about Washington.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm getting excited. Yeah. I don't know what else.
Did you have any other relationships in Washington?
No, I didn't actually. Yeah. I think I wanted to really focus on. Yeah, like I really wanted to focus on schooling at the time. I wanted to go to Japan to study for like my junior and senior year, which I ended up not doing. But I'm okay with that. I think life just happened the way it happened. But yeah, I think like Washington was really great too. It taught me a lot about other people and just living on my own too, being away from family. Like I stayed with my mom, and yeah, it was a lot of good challenges. I think a lot of learning experiences. What else about Washington? Sorry.
I think I definitely have my perspective. I guess like I don't know, just seeing how short you were gone, but at the same time like feeling how long it had actually been. I guess like, and it's kind of a hard feeling to explain, but like I knew it wasn't that long, but it felt like forever in a way. Just seeing the way you had adapted. You hadn't lost yourself, but you had definitely adapted to your environment there. You had gotten used to the heavy toll of like a private school versus the lighter toll of like a Hawaii public school.
That's
And like the way she came back was crazy. Like she was so intelligent. Like had definitely sponged what like worked really hard to learn, and then really took it in, and it showed. Like like she came back, and I'm gonna gas you up because you won't. She came back, and like you were talking about, you were interested about studying in Japan, and she had done her own like learning since doing freshman year Japanese class here on Maui. Like, and our teacher was amazing. Our sensei was like in depth, taught English in Japan, and now was teaching Japanese in English schools, and definitely played that crossover, really like paid attention to the individual student. And being the star student she was, she asked like for curricular outside of the class so that she could continue to study in Washington on top of the insane workload of that private school. I remember us talking from time to time, you know, like being on Maui being like, oh, I'm up till 3 a.m. tonight. I have to do 2 essays in the online test, and then I have another essay tomorrow. And I'm like, how many essays do you have? And you're like, oh yeah,
7.
like one a day or whatever, or 2 per class. And it's like, Jesus Christ. And you're learning Japanese still. And to a point where she came back, and our sensei like accelerated her above the years she missed while she was gone. you know, like it gave her the credit.
Sensei came in clutch.
Yeah, it gave you a real resource that you fucking did not give up on to the teeth, and then he gave you the credit for it. Like actually acknowledged the work that you really put in. And that was crazy. And it wasn't only Japanese, you know, it was history, like where we first started talking again. And she was like, oh, I learned this in the first quarter. I learned all this in the first quarter of my other school. Like, I know this already. And it was just...
You're like, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, no.
I don't know. It was definitely like, I thought it was wild how much we were missing as public school students. And then to see her progression and her change was equally as wild. Like, to see like what she did, like how much she did with the little time that she had. And then savoring, like just feeling nothing but sweet to have her home again. Like it was, I remember when she left feeling like she was never going to come back, and she was on her journey, and like speaking to her while she was in Washington, like, oh, she's doing so good. Like fucking excelling, working for her tuition. Like it was crazy. I thought she was doing all the things I wanted to do out of high school while still in high school. And then all of a sudden she's back.
You're too kind.
I mean, if you're not going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it.
No.
And then, like you said earlier, absence made the heart grow fonder. And
oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. And like, you know, the fondness kind of made sure that we never had a complete absence.
Yeah. I think we also, like, we joked about so many of the same things, too. We just always had an easy time talking to each other.
The same sense of humor really makes it easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like, everybody talks about, oh, you need this, oh, you need that. Like, you both have to like the same music. You both have to like the same stuff, like have the same hobbies. And I feel like most of that stuff is so menial. Like, I feel like, knowing, like sharing important values and opinions and morals is the core, and then sharing a humor and like having differing perspectives, but having them align in the important parts is like what really makes not only the base but the foundation and stuff to build on from that. I feel like everybody's trying to be the master of a relationship, and you really just got to live it.
Yeah. I feel like it comes easy too when you care about someone.
Yeah, when you're looking to support instead of looking to gain.
Yeah. And if, like, you also need to do work on yourself too in order for it to fall into place.
Right. You know? The whole theory of love yourself before you could ever love somebody.
Right. It's like a really difficult thing to understand, but basically it's just focusing on yourself. You don't need to, you know, achieve that loving of yourself per se. You just need to be on the path of getting there, trying to get there, I think.
Yeah,
absolutely. A huge difference.
And then acknowledging the other person's journey in that.
Right, yeah.
I've
empathy.
I've felt nothing
so
but
important.
That from you, you know, where it's like, we might have differing opinions on what the journey might mean, but when it comes to the journey, when it comes to the dreams and the goals, like we're here to listen and to support, and that shit just shows strong.
For sure. Yeah.
Sorry, we're getting gushy again.
You're good. You're good.
Oh no, we invited a couple onto the podcast, and they got gushy? Who would have expected that?
What a throw, Malcolm.
Feeding each other.
Yeah. Eliminate the gush. Nothing but domestic.
Yeah.
Nothing but domestic. Well, because of your guys' journey, and you were saying earlier about your other relationships, like, how have you learned from those other relationships, or what happened that made you learn from them?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good
I know it's a bit juicy, so.
Yeah, it's the tea.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, absolutely.
Because that's kind of how we got more comfortable talking, because we didn't want to talk at first because we were very platonic, very no, we're only friends, we're not gonna get any closer.
Yeah, these deeper subjects are forbidden because of our history and because of how we want each other to feel.
Right, you just can't cross certain boundaries with friends.
We were definitely empathetic of each other's loyalty.
Yeah.
Despite our opinions, I felt from you and I felt for you that these things were wrong.
For sure. I felt the same about you. Yeah, I think that's where it came from. We both felt for each other and how it was wrong towards each other.
Yeah. I think I might start on this one.
Yeah.
Just because it came with the journey for me post high school. I went to California after high school to try and pursue college, and moved in with my dad. Tried to go to community college under the illusion from my family that it was free. The specific community college, San Francisco.
It was not free.
Community college, and it is for residents. For residents of California, but for those coming out of state, it is incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
It's $5,000 a semester.
That's crazy.
For a community college, it was absolutely ridiculous. And they dropped the class that I wanted the semester I enrolled.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was a whole fiasco in itself. I did my semester, tried my best. I wanted to enroll in the second semester focusing on art instead of piloting, which was my original intention, but just the debt restricted me. So I went into working, did pest control, got into a relationship before pest control, working at a market, and I had a couple light ones one light relationship in San Francisco that just didn't go well off the bat, and I had my first experience with a hoe. I was just absolute stereotypical daddy issues, rich as fuck, complete entitlement, no empathy, and was dumbfounded. Complete culture shock in not only coming from raw nature and then moving into the concrete jungle, but then seeing people as a result of that concrete jungle that just blew my mind. It was an absolute shock. So first month was me falling under the illusion and the manipulation, and then the second month was me absorbing all of the information I could and trying to memorize what this person is so I never interact with anyone like them again. Got my 2 months done, split it off, and then fell for a more convoluted stereotypical hoe. And she was much older. She was 28. I just turned 18.
Oh my god.
No
yeah,
shit.
Huge age difference.
10 years.
And she lied about her age too. When we first got together, she said she was 25, and then I saw her ID a year later. I'm like, you've been lying about your age. It was.
I think that's illegal. That's
Yeah, right. Right. That's deception. I don't know. I feel like that's some sort of coercion.
There's a word for that. It's called pedophilia, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, huge age difference that was not revealed for a long time, along with many other manipulations, including using age against. Oh, you don't know because you're young. Oh, you only feel that way because you're young. And me and her were still we hadn't spoken for about a year until about halfway through that relationship, and she had just you were about 4 or 5 months into your relationship with your guy, your whore.
Yeah.
And we were able to talk platonically and just it was one of those moments in between where we very much just wanted to be friends and missed each other in each other's lives, but had a lot of respect for where we were in each other's lives.
Yeah.
But just seeing the insight, being able to speak and be like, hey, how are you doing? Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm just doing this, just doing that. And then feeling the same way reading between the lines, knowing that when she says like, oh, I'm okay, I'm just doing this, meaning like, oh, shit's going bad, so I'm trying to do this to compensate or to make it through, and I don't want people to hear that I'm going through bad times, so I'm going to say that things are all good and I'm just living. I felt a lot of that. Yeah. So it was like the questions that came from each other were very much read in between the line E. You know, they came with a lot of insight without ever speaking much on each other's situations.
Like mostly inference, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like we knew each other so well that like we could see the uncomfortability in just the lives we were living and couldn't help but bring those subjects up to each other.
Yeah.
And then I felt like in the comparison of like each other's relationships and our lives, like we realized we were going through the same fucking issue. Like just somebody who was unloyal, who convinced us that they were, and continued to like use age. Because your guy was older too.
Yeah, by like 4 years.
Yeah, not 10.
Not 10. Yeah,
fucking my bad.
That's a cougar type.
Oh, absolute cougar, and she wanted to be.
Yeah.
It's like those girls that are like, I can't wait till like in like my MILF years or whatever.
No, you can't. That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
That's
fucking demented.
I'm scared.
But yeah, like I feel like you know, our journeys were similar in that way. Yeah. Like where we had these, you know, like we may have been apart from each other, we may not have been talking much, but the experiences we had were so similar, so shared, that when we did start talking again, it was like we just bounced. We were like, oh, and then this happened and this happened. It's like, oh, what the fuck? How could like that happen to you? And like, no, it's okay. How could that happen to you? And it's like, oh no, it's okay. And just like,
he was a lot of like Zach told me, he was a lot of the reason why I found out that what I was going through wasn't a good thing also, which was really helpful. Like, I would just kind of ask him like, hey, you know, I know this is not your issue to deal with, but you know,
what would you do in this situation?
Like, I did this. Am I overreacting? Like, I feel like I might be, you know? What do you think? I don't know. How can I go better about this? Or what does this mean? Things like that.
Yeah, I mean, not to spill any secrets, but you weren't overreacting. Most of those situations.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Fucking all of those situations. They were crazy.
I mean, like, Zach told me that like it was wrong that he claimed me as a dependent on his taxes. I thought that was pretty wild.
That's weird.
During COVID, really he got weird. All of the what the fuck were they called? Stimulus. The stimmies. He got all the stimmies.
Yeah.
He was a stimmy stealer.
Yeah.
He stole your stims.
Yeah.
He stole your stims.
All of them. Every single one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he spent them on like some girl with the kid
like
for a computer.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No shot.
Yeah.
And then my ex was unemployed and eating up stimmies and unemployment, like 2.5 per check per doing nothing, and had me paying rent.
Yeah.
So just gold diggers on both sides.
Crazy.
It's wild. Crazy. Stealing the stimmies though.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty wild too. Like the dude I was with would like kind of make jokes about the fact he was bringing out 2 underage girls to go drinking at bars. I thought that was kind of weird because I was like 18 at the time too. Me and my friend, she was like 1 year older than me. And that was like something he would brag about quite often. So now that I'm out of it, I'm like, wow, bullet dodged, you know? Like,
yeah.
More than bullet dodged. It's like bullet dodge, stroke of luck, heart fulfilled.
Yeah.
It's.
And now he's a teacher, so you know.
God, watch your kids, folks. Watch your fucking kids.
Yeah.
Homeschooling is the way, I swear to God.
Have you told the school that?
Yeah,
maybe that's not for the podcast, but you should let the school know.
I think you're right on that one, honestly.
For sure.
Honestly, just that statement alone, like, I can bring these
That's
underage
crazy.
girls out.
It's pretty wild. Yeah.
Look, they're drinking too.
I feel like I know too much.
Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think it helped a lot though.
Like, yeah, I think negative journeys are just as important as the positive ones.
Yeah, we get to see what we don't like and what we don't want to do and put up with.
Yeah, tolerance and what
standards.
Tolerance, standards, boundaries are incredibly important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like those fucked up people definitely guided us back to
boundary setting.
Yeah, and like just realizing what was had before and what could happen, you know, instead of letting like what do they call it? Stigma. Instead of letting like stigma about like getting back together, even though if they were high school and middle school relationships, like rule the way we interacted with each other. Mm-hmm. Like when I came back to Maui, I'd split up with the fucked up one I had.
Which one? There were many.
The main one, the 28-year-old. Yeah. And then I was very focused on myself and like working, and I wanted to just feel replenished and feel like I was worth something. And you know, there was no pursuance, but we were talking a lot. Like we were definitely like very much on both sides acknowledging like, oh, this is platonic, like this is my best friend. I just feel like I can talk easy with them, and
I can live around this person.
Yeah. More so I can't live without this person.
Yeah.
Like for better or for worse,
I used
whatever
to feel
the
just
situation.
Free too. Yeah.
Yeah.
A sense of freedom. Yeah.
The freedom was crazy.
Yeah, very different from what we both experienced.
But yeah, I felt very shelled off and like I wanted to work on myself, and then you come along and it's like fucking
opens.
Yeah, like a diver with a knife just opens the clamshell. Can't even keep it shut.
Get the pearl.
Gets pearl.
Throughout all your guys' like relationships and on and off and on and off, how have your families felt about one another? And have there been high points and have there been low points?
It's kind of interesting.
It is.
I feel like we've said that already. Like there's a lot of twists and turns when it comes to so much time with each other.
Zach also has mostly younger siblings, and I have mostly older siblings. So my siblings kind of got to see us grow up together through time.
Yeah, there's a lot of understanding from her side.
Yeah, and his siblings saw me over back in the day, and now I'm back again.
Lacking understanding on my side. I feel like a lot of what like the dynamic is defined by is the way we interacted as siblings in a way that differed. Because her siblings were all older, there's much more space in between each of her siblings, like between your eldest sister and then your sister right above you is like 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And then between you and Makana, your sister right above you is another 4.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, me and my siblings are no more than 2 years apart. Like my older brother's he's 9 months apart from me, or 10 months apart from me. My younger brother's a year and a half below me. My younger sister's like 4 years below me.
Very close in age.
So like for me, we were very around each other. We were going to school together. We were all in the same car, like all eating dinner together. And
I saw them a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them a lot growing up.
I felt like I couldn't escape my family. And then
I taught your sister how to play drums too.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. In summer
back
school.
in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. There was these crossover moments, but they always saw her as like, you know, like the relationships we had, or you being what you were back then, or I feel like they just have younger perspectives. Like when it comes to your family looking at me, there's a lot of like happiness for like the change that you've gone through and the change that I've gone through, and a lot more of an appreciation for who we are as people versus like my siblings that see me much as like the older sibling and want like the time. They miss the time that is lacking as of now. You know, we spend a lot of time together, and I feel like there's a little jealousy in that, you know, and that's kind of classic younger sibling. I came back from Maui and I spent a lot of time with them. but like I'm still me. I can't just be around all the time, like giving rides here, giving rides there. Like, I don't know. Everybody's got their lives, and I feel like as the younger sibling, it's a little harder to see because you're in a different stage.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's like a lack of appreciation. And Forrest, my younger brother, was like, he gave the fattest and most heartfelt reaction when out of any of the people we told that we got engaged. He like lifted me up, he hugged me super tight, swung me around, and he's like, we gotta go somewhere, we gotta do something tonight, we can't just sit in and do nothing. Like, we went fishing and down to the cliffs and spent the night on the rocks.
Yeah, woke up on the sunrise to the cliff.
Yeah, and
cliffside
hammocks
and ocean.
A little damp from the rain in the night.
It's really nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of that half-half, you know, like I feel like my siblings are jealous of the time that they don't get anymore, but at the same time, like, really get to see the happiness. And
they're happy to see you happy now.
Yeah, absolutely. The happiness is hard to hide.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible to hide.
And my family's just like, they're always telling me like, I'm so happy you guys are back together. Like, it's about time, you know, like.
Yeah.
They used to tease me back in the day, like in middle and high school about it. Like, they used to be like, who are you talking to, Zach? And I'm like, no.
You're like, no,
they just
shut up.
Yeah, no, exactly.
No. So what else?
They would make fun of me all the time. They'd see him in public and tell him about me. I'm like, just embarrass me all the time.
Yeah, I remember seeing her grandparents.
Oh no.
They're just like the sweetest, like,
oh no.
You know, they're rough and tumble. The grandpa was an old Harley rider, and the grandma is like local Hawaiian style, straight from roots, but
smoking cigarettes on the bike.
Yeah, cigarettes on the back of the bike, fucking screams at the cat that comes in and then starts petting it a month later. Like, old style Hawaiian, like, bro. Just mean, but loves the people she loves.
Yeah, for sure.
And
very loyal.
I remember I was in the mall, I was alone, I was catching one bus to another, and I had like some in between time, and I ran into them, and Grandpa, like, it's so weird too, knowing the backstories of them. Like, Grandpa's so sweet. Like, I know it's me. Like, Phoebe always tells me, like, oh, he doesn't, you know, he didn't always treat everybody like this, or he doesn't like everybody like this, and you must remind him of somebody. And like, it's, I don't know, I always take it so heartfelt because I remember those times when we weren't together, and I had seen them like twice, and once was like in that mall, and he just like old 70-something-year-old Japanese man, like hunchback, and his eyes just light up and close as his smile gets bigger, and he's like, Zac, oh Zac, how are you? How are you? And then his grandma or her grandma just
they like him more than they like me. Their own
we miss having you around.
I know, they get more excited to see
him. Go talk to Phoebe again. I'm like, I you know, she's living her life, I'm living mine. And then Grandma's like, oh, bullshit. And the Grandpa shakes his head and doesn't say much, and it's like, oh, it's just so good to see you guys. And we part ways, and I have that little sly fucking kid or teenager smile. It was like junior year after we broke up in high school. It was like, fuck, I know they're talking about me, but I'm just here, we're living our lives. We might come back together one day, we might not.
And then we did. They're so excited,
ecstatic.
They are,
gosh, like, every time we see them, they're like, so you're coming next time? Yeah.
They're like, so you're coming again.
I made you food last time and you didn't come.
Yeah, so now we have to. We have to go.
You gotta.
Extreme obligation.
Yeah, you have
to. Gosh. Playing pool with your family was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Playing pool with them.
Their family, or her family, is so chaotic, and then my family is like, it's funny, like, so they're chaotic. Her family is chaotic on the outside and then reserved on the inside, and my family is reserved on the outside and chaotic on the inside.
That's true. That's true.
You know, where like your mom is very much like, woo, let's do this, or like, oh, my car, like a very like hype. A lot of excitement, very bubbly
all the time.
And then but then when it comes to like at home, she wants to just chill, and she likes her low key, and like you'll look at my mom, and like she's out in public like speaking with like she'll get the whoop from time to time, the white girl woo kind of attitude. But for the most part, she's very even keeled and like, oh, this is this way, and you know how this is, and this, and then she'll get home and she'll just be like hands up dancing to Erykah Badu, or like sitting on her bed like watching fucking
till 2 a.m.
watching Kardashians on full blast till 2 a.m.
I'm like, oh my gosh, she stays up later than me.
Yeah, I don't know which way is like, I don't know. Like, it's, I guess the balance in between is like the best route. It's hard to say which way has more fun or lives with more enjoyment.
Yeah, and then you look at us too, and we came out pretty different too.
Yeah, we're definitely more of the balance.
I'm pretty quiet on the outside, but then I'm pretty loud on the inside.
Yeah, I'd say.
You're opposite.
Yeah.
Was that an objection I just heard? What?
I was gonna say I was gonna agree with you, because knowing you outside of like Discord, you're super chill, super relaxed. Like when we were working together in the kitchen.
Yeah. People kept asking me if I was stoned all the time. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was stoned all the time. Oh gosh.
It's so funny.
I definitely didn't get that vibe.
Asian. I'm just Asian and depressed.
You're just Asian and depressed.
Yeah. Stone.
Yeah, my depression just made me look Asian.
Yeah.
God, we were some sad middle schoolers, honestly. We were some, like, she was...
Speak for yourself, I was in La La Land.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You and your long sleeves and your My Chemical Romance.
Look,
don't talk
okay,
to me.
you didn't see me.
Wow.
This, okay? Okay, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, and I wear hoodies every day to a fucking 83-degree Fahrenheit school.
Yeah, look, okay, I went through middle school memory loss. Why can't you? There's no need to remember that kind of stuff.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Bring on the questions. What more you got?
You know, we've already gone over kind of an hour mark, but I am gonna ask maybe a question that's not even on here.
Yeah, go for it.
It's, what kind of advice would you give to people who are in relationships or who are even seeking out relationships, with maybe the experiences you have?
Go ahead, baby, because I've got some good ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I feel like the male audience and gender in general has a lot of struggle in that regard. Mm-hmm. So I have some things, but I want to hear your side.
I guess one of the main things is remember who you are. I think that's super important in a relationship. You're not becoming one person. You're two people coming together and adding to each other. You know, so you don't want to forget. Yeah. Don't forget who you are in it and grow from it together. You want to combine into something better, you know, add on together. That was definitely
something that was like flourishing when we got together.
Yeah.
That was something that was so limiting and not felt in our past relationships. I feel like definitely a blessing.
Be true to yourself. Know when to give up to and know when to try. I think choosing your battles are really important.
Yeah, I feel like that comes a lot with knowing your morals, like knowing yourself, like you're saying. But like, you know, sometimes it feels like giving up is the right route when it's not, and sometimes pushing feels like the right route when it's not.
Yeah,
and that can be ambiguous.
Just know when to let go.
Yeah, that can sound very general, but like, I feel like when you know, it's very much a feeling. Like your gut in a relationship will speak more than your mind and your heart. as long as you're willing to listen.
Yeah, like you're two different people. You have to remember that you're so far apart from each other. It's easy to get lost in it where you look at the person you love and you get so comfortable that they almost look like an extension of you. It's really important to remember that they are their own person as well, and also giving each other the space to grow in their own ways and encouraging it, I think, is like really crucial.
Yeah, definitely, especially for like longevity, like you have to feel,
you need to care.
Yeah,
like mutual care is so important.
Mutual to
the bare minimum, like
like if you want to be in a relationship, just care. Straight up.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people who aren't sure what that means too. Like they'll like there's people who will show actions and like think it translates as care, and I know from what I feel that sometimes the most menial, like small, minuscule action that might not mean a lot in a TV show or whatever can actually be so heartfelt in reality. I feel like there's a lot of people who base what they want off of media because like relationships are so glorified that a lot of people fail to recognize the ups and downs. They get so caught up in the ups and so caught up in the downs. Like when you're in a relationship, like distance can be rough, like not feeling like you can speak to somebody, and that can lead you to creating more distance. By feeling like you can't speak, you're going to think that you can't speak, and then it becomes a vicious cycle where you stop speaking, and because you stop speaking, you can't speak. When in reality, like a lot of those times, just in feeling that feeling, you can just speak your mind, and that will give you the most true result to what you're feeling. Like just giving that, or like taking that risk, that step, and saying something you might not have said because you feel it, but not falling victim to your feelings.
Oh, I have another one too.
Yeah. Just to wrap that up, like not being afraid to say what you feel because of the result. Oftentimes when you're holding something in, you're holding it in for a reason. So if you're gonna say something, say it. If you're gonna hold it in, don't say it.
I think I wanted to add on to something.
Yeah, you don't want to build resentment unintentionally.
Yeah, like when we were in Washington, one of our teachers, Pastor Jen, said, like high schoolers take relationships so seriously. I think younger people need to stop taking relationships so seriously. And I kind of agree with her in that sense where, like, yeah, you're young. You can do whatever you want. You're still young. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make a lot of them. Don't be afraid to. Go out and have fun. Go out and make your mistakes and know that your life's not going to end because of your mistakes, because of that one breakup. Your life's not over, So I think also taking the time to be gentle with yourself and make those mistakes are important too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like taking that moment.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I feel like one of just a couple crucial points I want to touch on for like the guys is like, I feel like so many guys are like focused on saying the right things or portraying the right body language, attitude, personality that they think will get them the girl. And when you apply that mentality to like dating, you're breaking the other person down to like a formula which itemizes or reduces the person to less than a person in your mind, which can make it just that much harder to actually connect and feel and have a genuine relationship. If you're a guy that collects Pokemon cards, don't be afraid to say it. Like oftentimes you're gonna have the most fulfilling relationship with that girl who collects Pokemon cards. Like you're not gonna have a fun time searching for
finding out later.
Like if you spend all that time trying to change yourself to be the perfect guy for the Instagram model when all you want to do is collect Pokemon cards, you're going to be nothing but disappointed and sad and depressed when you get the Instagram model. Like
there's people out there for everyone.
Be honest. Just, you know, despite the risk, despite the rejection, be honest, work on yourself, find the things that you want to see in others and build that in yourself. And oftentimes the result you want will come to you. It's instead of changing yourself to search and to pursue, and losing yourself in the process.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of guys struggle with that, like just feeding into the insecurities or trying to become that perfect guy, and there's no such thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think this goes in reflection to all relationships, not only just romantic ones?
I think honesty is the most crucial thing in all relationships. I think being honest with yourself and being honest with the person on the other side, like, will give you the best results.
Mm-hmm. Just being genuine in any relationship that you have is really important.
Yeah, and honesty doesn't mean say everything on your mind as soon as you feel it.
Yeah,
it's just,
time and place.
Yeah.
Time and place.
Yeah, having a consideration for the other person and being honest with yourself and them is like such crucial points that I feel like a lot of people look over or don't even like, or think that they're hitting with these one-liners or this specific set of phrases that aligns with that kind of feeling when they don't really feel what they're saying. Like, being genuine is just incredibly important for whether it's friendships, your family, or looking to have a romantic partner.
It's all about being real, all about being yourself.
Yeah, like it's definitely a cliche. It's said left and right, but like
it just truly is simple.
Yeah, it's said over and over again because it has truth. It's when you take those risks and you say the things you didn't want to say or you didn't like felt were weird or like just not generally comfortable in saying, but you take the risk and you say it, and that person reflects or shares that interest or is able to change your perspective a little bit. It's such an overwhelmingly amazing feeling.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, like, sometimes it is going to be weird, but, like, you're not going to know unless you try. So.
Yeah, like, you can, sometimes you do just have a weird perspective, and that can be fun as well.
Yeah,
you know?
The worst you can say is no and gag and laugh at you. So.
That can be bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's pretty bad.
That was pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. Like, imagine I say I like Legos, and you're like, you like Legos?
It's not that bad.
What a freak.
What a freak. This dude likes Legos?
This dude likes Legos.
Fucking incel.
Bro, get on his ass.
Brokey. New ick.
New
ick on
guy with a list. Never liked Legos.
No Legos.
No Legos.
No Legos.
No nostalgic enjoyment.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna be where we call it.
I think so. On the Legos note.
On the Lego note.
Dang. No Lego hinges.
Sorry, no Lego. No Lego in this podcast. Man, we should get a Lego segment. I don't know what that looks like.
I don't know what it looks like. We just like quietly. All right, everybody take a
Legos.
5-minute Lego break.
Lego break.
Lego break.
You just hear the like clicking in the background.
Yeah,
ASMR
Screaming.
Legos.
Screaming, crying, throwing up.
The blood curdling screams of the Lego within my heel.
Yes.
But I got some.
Thank you so much for having us on your podcast.
No,
it was very good to have you.
For
thank you.
coming on
that was so much
talking
fun.
about your relationship.
You know who else we should thank?
No.
NordVPN.
NordVPN. Nadia Diaz.
Nadia Diaz.
Nadia Diaz. Yes.
She's an amazing artist. She did the podcast cover art, and she does a lot of my niche little art projects like D&D characters, and she's got some animations over at her portfolio, NadiaDiazVFX.com. Didn't even need the website in front of me this time.
It's some really cool shit though.
It's so cool. She's got like some old rundown vehicles. She's got just some fun animations that she's just learning. But you can also check out her art at her Instagram, Arthead Creations. That'll be linked down in the description, as well as her portfolio. And then thank you to Jensen Krall, a magical musician who did our intro and outro for this podcast. And
Yay!
you can check out his song for his musical that he's been working on called Tea Time. The song is called Knocking on Doors. You can find that just about anywhere. And also send Malcolm and I an email, please.
Any of them.
Please.
Honestly, forward us spam.
Forward it to spam?
No, just forward us spam. If you get spam in your email, forward it to us.
Yeah, you could send us a picture of spam in your email.
Yeah.
Just sign them up for like some Christian dating sites.
Yeah.
Christian Mingle.
Send us your questions. Send us your thoughts and opinions on certain things. I think my cat is attacking my face.
Well, your face must deserve it.
Yeah, probably. But
very goose thing to do.
Malcolm, can you do this? Because this cat's beating me up.
Just fight the cat. Just win. Come on.
Just win.
He's on my shoulder.
Come on, Alpha.
I am the Alpha. I just can't reach him. He's on my shoulder.
He's too powerful.
Come on, Slay King. You got this.
Slay.
I had back day yesterday at the gym, so I can't reach him.
Oh my god.
I hear excuses.
Jensen Krall released his musical Tea Time.
I already did that one.
His musical Tea Time. Oh wait, what else is there?
Just the rest of the email one.
Oh yeah, send us emails. We want questions. We want guests. We want honestly just like anything.
Send hearts.
Yeah, sure. And if you happen to know somebody who you think would be great to come on, honestly, most people, it's very person focused. So like most people can be a good guest.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
What's the email?
Oh, that's the part you didn't do. God, Shannon.
Jesus.
The email is waiting for, that's the number 4 seconds @gmail.com.
Nailed it. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast. It was very good. It was fun talking with you guys.
Thank you so much.
It was fun catching up.
Yeah, it was good to meet you all.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You guys did technically meet.
Yay!
First time meeting.
Technically, because you already met Phoebe through playing
That's
League
true.
of Legends.
I did meet Phoebe.
But we both met Zach, so thanks for Zach for hanging out and getting to know us a little bit. More us getting to know you.
You're some great guys.
It was really fun.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, don't steal him, okay?
No, we'll talk about alpha male stuff later.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
When it's boys' night.
Yeah, I see how
2,000
it is.
push-ups.
Yeah, whatever.
1,000.
Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you in the next episode. Unless Jed.
Unless Jed.
Bye.
Bro was literally attacking my mouth.
Okay. Well, you clearly deserve it.
Sweet dreams.